Mr. Speaker, if we defeat the previous question, we can bring up HRES 178, an important piece of legislation affirming the House's commitment to protecting Social Security and Medicare. Protecting Social Security and Medicare must be a front and center priority of this Congress. We should be doing everything we can and using all of our power to work in a bipartisan way to make sure we protect Social Security and Medicare, as opposed to moving forward aggressively to raise military spending once again, where we already spend more on our military and on our military-industrial complex than the next 10 countries combined. The American people need to know the Republican Party is attempting to invest more in war than it is in protecting our seniors. Our seniors, 55 million Americans, have been paying into Social Security and Medicare for 50 years, some of them. And by 2035, 75 million Americans will call themselves seniors. We must protect our seniors. They have paid into our system. We must ensure that they have access to health care, to housing, to money in their pockets, to food on the table. We often, particularly my colleagues on the other side of the aisle, seem to continue to marginalize and neglect the most vulnerable people in our society, our seniors included, our children included, those who live in poverty included. I represent New York's 16th Congressional District, one of the most diverse districts in the country. We have urban, suburban, and rural areas. I am constantly in the community talking to my neighbors. Never do I hear the words, we should invest more in the military-industrial complex than we do in protecting Medicare and Social Security. I never hear those words. And I also want to identify our veterans as another group that Republicans continue to leave behind, another vulnerable group, as not one Republican in the House voted in support of the PACT Act. So thank you so much for yielding me a few minutes. And once again, let us do everything in our power to preserve and protect Medicare and Social Security. Let's not let the Republican Party cut it. Thank you, and I yield back.
Greetings, friends. This is important news. You have just 2 days to claim leftover money from the federal government. This will be the last chance for millions of Americans that are currently eligible for this extra money. You do need to take action if you want to receive this check. My dear friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video for more information. Also, do stay tuned because I'll be announcing the winners of yesterday's Walmart gift card giveaway. But if you'd like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, the greater your chances, dear friends, of winning the giveaways. If you forgot to file your taxes during the early days of the crisis in 2020, you have until Monday to do so. According to the Internal Revenue Service, nearly 1.5 million taxpayers may still be eligible for a tax refund. The agency estimates that almost $1.5 billion in refunds remain unclaimed. By law, taxpayers normally have 3 years to file and claim their tax refunds. The original tax day in 2020 was delayed by 90 days due to the crisis, so the usual 3-year window has also been pushed back to July 17, 2023. The IRS has confirmed that there is no penalty for filing late if a taxpayer is owed a refund. But if taxpayers do not file in time, the U.S. Treasury keeps the money. The 2019 return must be filed on paper rather than electronically and be postmarked by July 17th. Officials say that tax year 2019 forms can be found online on the IRS website. Taxpayers who can't find their 2019 income information may need to request a copy of their 2019 W-2 form from their employer or bank. Some of these taxpayers may have chosen not to file because they didn't make enough money in 2019 to be required to file their taxes. They could still be owed a refund if they qualify for a refundable tax credit. But 2019 tax refunds may be withheld from taxpayers who have not filed for 2020 and 2021. Also, the Internal Revenue Service says that the refund will be applied to any amounts still owed to the IRS or a state tax agency and may be used to offset unpaid child support or past due federal debts, such as student loans. Tax year 2019 did not include any stimulus payments, which were worth up to $1,400 and were delivered to Americans in 2020 and 2021. The Internal Revenue Service is now showcasing its new capability to audit high-income tax dodgers as it makes a case for sustained funding and tries to avert budget cuts sought by Republicans. IRS leaders said they collected $38 million in delinquent taxes from more than 175 high-income taxpayers just in the past few months. The new data reflects an initiative that started after the agency received some funding through the Inflation Reduction Act that was passed in August by Democrats. IRS Commissioner Danny Werfel also cited the federal tax collector's enhanced ability to identify tax delinquents from resources provided by the Inflation Reduction Act. According to officials, the agency was in line for an $80 billion infusion under the law, but that money is vulnerable to potential cutbacks. House Republicans built a $1.4 billion reduction to the IRS into the debt ceiling and budget cuts package passed by Congress this summer. House Republicans built a $1.4 billion reduction to the IRS into the debt ceiling and budget cuts package passed by Congress this summer. The White House said the debt ceiling deal also has a separate agreement to take $20 billion from the IRS over the next 2 years. Now, the tax agency is trying to show the value of the Inflation Reduction Act funding and to show the impact of its efforts to do more to audit high-income taxpayers. Last summer, U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen gave the IRS leadership instructions not to increase audit rates on people making less than $400,000 a year and to focus on high-income taxpayers. The Internal Revenue Service said its workers answered 3 million more phone calls than it did in the last filing season, cut wait times to 3 minutes from 28 minutes, and cleared the backlog of unprocessed 2022 tax returns that had no errors. The IRS's enforcement staff has shrunk by about 1/3 since 2010 and has been operating with outdated technology that the agency said is gradually automating. In April of this year, the agency released a report outlining how it would spend the money allotted through the Inflation Reduction Act. Well, my awesome and amazing friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Saturday. My dearest friends, thank you so much for joining me here and for being part of this community. To say thank you and to show my appreciation, I will be announcing several winners this coming Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you need to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. The winners of yesterday's Walmart gift card giveaway is Diane Randall and Regina Ural. Congratulations, my dearest friends! To claim your gift cards, please check your notifications page and send me a message. Or you could message me on my Facebook page. Thank you, friends, and have a wonderful and very blessed weekend.